Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into the world of APIs, especially REST APIs using Django. If you are new to API or Django, don't worry, I'll explain everything step by step. By the end of video, you will understand what is APIs, what are APIs, REST APIs are important, and how to build a simple REST API app using a Django. Okay, so what is API? An API An API or application programming interface, that is the long form of API, that is application programming interface, is a set of rules and protocols that allows different software applications to communicate with each other. Think of it as a messenger that delivers your request to a provider and send them bring back the response. You can see here the end user is using their browser, or we can say their computer. Inside of the computer they are using a browser, any browser. From that browser, using a Wi-Fi network or any network, they are sending one request. That request goes as a API. Where it goes to the web server, like another web server, and the web server is getting that data, the data which is requested by the end user, and return back to the user on the user browser. Okay, then next is why REST API? Because REST API is basically REST API what says that representational state transfer. It is an architectural style for designing network applications. It relies on stateless client-server communication, which makes it simple, scalable, and reliable. REST APIs are widely used for web services because they are used standard HTTP methods like GET, POST, PUT, and DELETE. We are going to see all these methods in this video, so be with me, making them easy to understand and implement. Okay, today we'll build a REST API app using Django and Django REST framework. We'll cover how to set up your project, create models, serializers, views, urls.py file. Let's get started. For that we are using PyCharm. Okay, using PyCharm we are going to create our REST API project. For that I'm using command prompt here. So first let's start up with the Django project. Open the terminal and create a new Django project which is named by the make my trip. Actually I have already have make my trip, so I am using here make my trip 1 or make my trip 2. Okay, let's get started. Django hyphen admin. So basically I'm thinking that you have already basic knowledge of Django or PyCharm, how to create a Django project here, how to create application, how to connect with the database. I will show you, I will explain everything, but at least you have to know the basic knowledge of the Django. Okay, then this is the first command to create a Django project inside a PyCharm, that is Django hyphen admin space starts project and project name, that is make my trip. So why we are using make my trip name? Because make my trip is an application which is taking APIs from different flight sites. Okay, they are using their APIs. When using the make my trip, we are creating our get request or post request. Basically we are applying a get request, and using make my trip we are booking our tickets from different flight sites or different aviation sites. Okay, for that I am using make my trip. Okay, then next head towards make my trip, and okay, not I'm going to use underscore make my trip 2. Okay, what it shows that not project starts project. Okay, let me correct this. Django hyphen start project. Okay, Okay, then cd make my trip to. Okay, we are inside the make my trip now. Okay, let me show you. Okay, this is make my trip. Okay, inside of that we are going to create one app, that is Django hyphen admin start app has flight. Okay, so you'll get basic idea about how make my trip is doing their work. Okay, okay, here is make my trip is the our project name, that is make my trip 2. Okay, and the flight is our app name within the project mix. Okay, next we'll install our install Django REST framework, which will help us to build our API quickly and efficiently. Okay, for that we are going to install pip install pip install Django REST framework. Okay, so I already installed this. It will show the same requirements are already satisfied. Okay, then let's head towards the setting.py file. Here inside, okay, the app is showing here, so let's head towards setting.py. Inside this setting.py file we are going to register our application. First is flight. Okay, and then we are also registering our your REST framework, REST underscore framework. Okay, so in setting.py we need to add our app and Django REST framework to the installed app list. Okay. This tells Django to include this application in our project. Okay, then let's head next. So next, let's configure our database setting. We'll use MySQL for this project. Update the database setting as follows. Okay, I'll show make matrix. Where is the database setting? Here it is. So I'm giving SQL 3. I'm using here MySQL, and the name of my database must be make my trip. Okay, db. Then inside below that I'm using user as a root. Okay, and user as a root, password okay, this is my make my trip password. Sorry, this is my MySQL password. Okay, this configuration tells Django to use MySQL database engine and specifies the database name, user, and password. So using this password, okay, let's head towards the MySQL database or MySQL command shell. You'll get idea of that. Okay, this is MySQL command line. We are entering our password here. Okay, so we are inside the MySQL now. So we are going to create here one create database name, that is make my trip to db. Okay, it's created. Use make my trip to db. So we are inside make my trip to database. Okay, let's minimize this and let's head towards the next procedure. Okay, for the next we are going to create models inside our flight app. Okay, let's head towards models.py. So now in simple model in flights models.py file, for example, we'll create a flight details model with the field for the flight name, date, fare, start location, and end location. So I'm using the same idea or getting same idea that how we are process our booking of a flight tickets. Okay, so for that I'm creating one class here, which is which class? Flight details. Okay, flight details model. Okay. Models, inside that models dot model. Okay, enter. Then first is fname. So for fname I'm using models dot carfield. Okay, sorry, carfield, and instead of carfield max length should be 25. Okay, then the next is f date, that is flight date. Okay, so basically we are using f as a flight name, then the flight date. For that we are using models dot date field. Models dot date field. Okay, then below that f fare means how much or how much amount of money they are charging. So money will be in the float value. So, okay, for that we are using float field here, float field, sorry, float field. Okay, below that we are going to state that for from which state or from which location we are going to start, on which location we are going to end our journey. For that f start, and for that I am using f end. Okay, we are using the same. Let me copy paste this, Control C, and I'm trying to get lesser time, so that's why I'm copy pasting everything. Okay, so this model defines the structure of the our data. Next we'll create an apply migration to set up our database. Okay, let's create or let's do some migration, and let's see we are getting anything in our database or not. Python manage.py make migrations. Okay, so it has showing some error. That what error? Let me see. Make migrations. Man. Okay, type here argument 3 must be str, not integer. So which argument 3? So basically we done mistake here. We have to give quote and a comma, then it will work. Okay, let me see. Sorry, Control Z. I have to click here and above arrow, then click OK. It will perfectly work running. Okay, so let me see here. It has created one migration file. Okay, and then python manage.py migrate. Okay, migration done. Let's check our database. Show tables. Okay, this is created this table flight, inside that flight detail models. Okay, select star from, sorry, Control V. So this is empty cell. So but it created flight details model. We can see it through our python manage.py run server. Okay, let's head towards the admin panel. Okay, so our project is running perfectly. It shows did not show an error. Let me head to the admin panel. It's loading. Actually, it's taking too much time. Just okay. We are here. We are using root. The same password. Okay, please enter the correct username and the password from the staff account. Okay. I think we have to create one super user. Then it will work perfectly. Sorry. Control C. Okay. Python manage.py create super user. Okay. Root. Sorry. Enter. Email root @gmail.com. Password. Okay, it's working perfectly now. The super user has been generated. Then we are again going to use run server. We are going to refresh this. Okay, continue. Okay, we are inside our project. Okay, here are users, here are groups. Okay, we have created super user, we have created model, we have migrated them, we have. Okay, now let's create serializers. Okay, so basically serializers in Django REST frameworks converts complex data types like query sets into JSON, XML or other content type. Let's create serializers for our flight detail models in flight/serializers.py. So why we are creating? So API or any other platform did not know about our Python, Java language or C language or C++. For that we are, or all the, what we can say, all the machines are know only JSON or XML language. So for that we are going to convert our code or convert our request in a JSON or XML format. Okay. Okay, let's create one serializers.py file inside this application. So we are using Python serializers.py. Okay, inside of that we are going to write logic for our serialization. For that we are going to import from REST framework import serializers. Okay, and the second library is from dot models, so it will import our all the models. So instead of that we are having flight detail models. Okay, then below that we are going to create one class flight details SCR. Okay, so I am using the same name for everywhere, so it will help us to code better way or to understand code better way. Okay, I'm using here SCR, I'm using here model for model, I'm using admin for admin page. Okay, so here we are using serializers.model, sorry, yes, model serializers. Okay, let me check models dot, sorry, here we have to dot, it will model serializers. Okay, then below that we are going to put one class meta. So below that we are going to use model. Which model? So we are having only one model, that is flight detail model. Okay, below that we are using all the fields of that model, that is sorry, underscore underscore. So it will take all the models that are available here with this, sorry, with this model. Okay, so he is going to use all the models. Let me clear this. Okay, now it's perfect. Serializers.py file. Then next, so basically what serializers is, serializers in Django REST framework converts complex data types like query set into JSON, XML or other content type. Okay, then this serializer will automatically generate a set of fields and simple default implementation for create and update method. So it is basically used for create and update method. Okay, then to we are going to write our views.py. So we are using with the sorry we are with the views.py file, we are going to write all the requests for get, post, put, delete. We are going to see them one by one. So first let's head for the get and post method. So inside of views.py file, we are writing all the code for get, post, update and delete. Okay, first we are going to import all the libraries. So basically views in Django file handle the logic of processing request and returns responses. Let's create views of our API in flights/views.py. We'll start with the get and post method. Okay, let me import libraries, sorry, from, okay, from REST framework, okay, dot views, import API view. Let me import first everything, then I'll be explain one by one. Okay, again from REST framework, we are going to import responses, response, import response. Okay, then again from REST framework, from REST framework, import status. Okay, then in last we are also going to import our model from dot models, import flight detail models, and last from serializers dot serializers, import flight model, sorry, SCR. Okay, so let me explain every line. So why we are imported each line, or why we imported that. First, this is from default that imports render function from Django, which is used to render templates. Although it's not used in the particular code, it's often included for rendering HTML templates in Vue. Okay, then second, here with this line. Okay, this line will import API view from Django REST framework. API view is a base class for creating custom views that handles API request. Okay, then let's hit next line. Sorry, this line. So this line will import the response from Django REST framework. This is used to return HTTP responses with JSON data. Okay, next import status from Django REST framework. This module contains HTTP status codes that can be used in responses. From dot models import, we are using, or we are importing model, and lastly we are importing our serializers files. Okay, so serializers converts model into JSON and validate incoming data. So next we are going to create one class. So I'll explain with that class flight. If I like flight, inside of that we are passing our view, API view. Okay, so what it will do, defines a new class that is flight, that inherits from API view. This class will handle get and post requests from the for the flight details API. Okay, so below that def get method. Okay, inside of get we are passing self. Okay, it have by default self and our request. Okay, request. then below. So a get method that handles HTTP GET request. This method retrieves all the flight details from the database. Okay, it will retrieve all the data or database requests from the database. Okay, let me write here flight details is equal to flight model, sorry, flight details models dot objects. So we are using here ORM query objects dot auth. Give me everything that he has. Okay, and below that we are writing serializer object, SCR object is equal to what? Flight details SCR. So what it will do, it will convert that data into our format, that is Python format. So it may be in any format, it will convert us to our readable format. Okay, inside of that we are passing our flight details, that flight details we are passing here, and we are writing that many is equal to true. So let me explain you. So this line will creates a serializer instance, serializer object using the flight details SCR serializer. Okay, the many is equal to true argument indicates that the serializer should expect a query set multiple instances that rather than a single instance. Okay, and we are going to write for return, sorry, control Z. Okay, return. So what it has to return? Return response. So basically it's from REST framework, return response. Inside of that we are passing serializer object dot data. So it has to return that. Okay, let's check first get method. So for that we are going to run control. Okay, we did not write any URLs or anything that. So first we have to write that. So we have created here one get. So then let's head towards the project, where let me copy this, paste it here. Okay, so project file will also have urls.py. Inside of this urls.py I am writing here, sorry, control D. Okay, inside of this I'm passing what? I'm passing API slash what? Slash flight details. Okay, FLI. Okay, let me copy this from views. Okay, we are using flight details. Okay, let me copy this. So we'll did not mess up with our, okay, let me add here. Okay, flight details. Okay, and what we are writing here, we are taking it from views. So basically it's from views dot flight, that is object name or function name, FLIGST flight as underscore view. Okay, that's it. I think we have to import here from flight import views. Okay, then control save. Okay, then we also have to add our admin panel. We did not have to add here, but let's add our admin panel. So inside of that we are going to use model. So for that I am using from dot model import flight details models. Let me create one class. Let me copy this flight details, as I said, flight details admin. Okay, let me do this capital admin. Inside of that we are passing admin dot model admin. Okay, so below that we can use all the models, that is, let me show you. Okay, this model, we want all this, that fname, fdate, fwhere, fstart, fn. Okay, everything that it has. Okay, let me write here list underscore display bracket square bracket, that is for fname. Then we want f fair, then we want f date also. Okay, let me see what we have. First name, date, fair, start and end. F, sorry, first what, name, then date and fair. Date, let me add this here, Control X, it do not affect anything, but let me add it as a here, then here, F start, sorry, Control Z, and F end. Okay, then our admin dot site dot register, we are registering our admin here, sorry, we are registering here our model and admin. So first flight model, and the second one is our admin, that is flight more details admin. Okay, let me save this, and then let's, so basically we have already created our super user. Then let's head towards our project, how it will looks now. Okay, let me run, okay, python manage.py run server. Okay, views, did you mean views? I think we have messed with here. Okay, here we have to write views. Okay, control save, I think it will perfectly run now. Okay, it's running perfectly now. So it says that did not have any reference. So for that we are heading towards our admin file, refresh me, and inside of that we are getting every details that we have. So f name, f date, f where, f start, f end. Okay, everything is here. Let me add every details. So flight name is SpiceJet, first SpiceJet. So date is, let me go with this today's date, sorry, go with the today's date. Then f fare is 25,000. Okay, 25,000. Then starts, we are starting from Mumbai and heading towards the Goa. Okay, let me save this and see. Okay, it has added this. Okay, let me add one more, that is Indigo tab date, we'll select today tomorrow's date. Okay, fare will be 35,600. Then starts from, they will start from Delhi to Kerala. Okay, Kerala, let me save this. Okay, we have two inputs here in the our admin panel. Let's check them on our on our MySQL database. Let me see. Okay, we'll have our database with the updated data entries, that is SpiceJet, Indigo, everything is as our stated. Okay, then let's head to our the API checking app, that is Postman. Let me open that. I think I did not open it from last too many days. Let me open this Postman. Okay, so we have write this code for get request. So here are all the requests. When we write our code for get request, we have to select here get request, then pass it here our API key, then we are going to send it. So after send it, we'll getting here some code. Let me check body, make it cookies headers. Okay, inside of that headers and test result. Okay, so basically we have checking our code by this. Okay, then let's see what we see. We can see this on our Chrome browser also. Let's see how we are going to see on our Chrome browser. Okay. So for that we are going to write our same slash, no, not this flight and control C here, control. I think we mess with the our, sorry, which, control V, right? And no, that is not flight, that is API. So API. Let me check it now. Flight model. We are missing something. I think there is no model. That is only details. Let me check one more time. Okay, here. That is this API details. Control C. Okay. C, run server. Let's head towards this. Let me add. Okay, slash details. Okay, we are getting this here. Okay, now it's running perfectly. We are getting everything that. Okay, now let's check this in our Postman, that is basically used to check API files or API requests. Same. Now we are getting here our what, the ID 1 SpiceJet 25,000 Mumbai Goa. Same with this. Okay, now it's, we can say that our GET request is running perfectly. Okay, now let's head towards our next section, that is what we can say that post. Okay, let me head. Okay, if you check here, if we use your post method and try to send it, it will shows our error, not allowed. Okay, so we did not write our code for any other section or any other. Okay, we can also read our API using pandas also. Okay, we already knows that we can use pandas to read our API. Okay, let me show that. First we are using Anaconda. For that, using, sorry, not Anaconda, Jupyter notebook. So we are using Jupyter notebook to read our. Okay, instead of that I will create one. Let me use already created IP and Wi-Fi. Okay, this one. Let me use new Python file. Inside of that Python file we are, okay, let me import pandas. Import pandas as PD. Okay, import pandas as PD. So okay, it's imported. Then we are using df is equal to, so df as a data frame read tab, sorry, pd dot read tab. Okay, so inside here we can see that we can read our JSON. So inside of JSON we are passing our API, and let's see df. Okay, we can check here we are having our API which will exactly same as our, so we are getting same result here, same result on Chrome browser, same result in our API checking framework, that is Postman, and same in the our MySQL command line, and also same in the our this admin panel. Okay, so whenever we are going to add or change or doing anything, that will update everywhere. Okay, now let's head towards the next line, or we are going to head. Okay, now for post we are going to create, we are using the same class for get and post method. Okay, then def post, inside of that we are writing self. Again I'm writing this, we do not have to write self, automatically take self, and inside of that we are passing request, same like book. Okay, enter. Then again we are passing here serializer object. Okay, ser obj. Okay, serializer object is equal to, so inside of that serializer object we are passing serializer. Okay, then what it has to know, it has data is equal to request dot data, so it will take that requested data. Okay, then below that here if it will check ser obj dot is valid, it's like post. Okay, same, it's like post method where we are using with the CRUD operation, so it will validate that, and then below that it will ser object, it's okay. If it's okay, then let's save that. Okay, and return response bracket crobj dot data and comma status is equal to status dot http, so which means that 201, that is created. Okay, that's it. Let me explain post method. So they post inside inside a bracket self and request, so it defines a post method that handles http post request. This method creates a new flight details in the database. So below that it will create a serializer instance, this one, it will create a serializer instance ser obj with the data from the incoming request. This data is expected to be in JSON format, so we have write the code in the, so we are used here serializer. So basically serializer handles JSON format. Okay, below that we are validating it. If our coming data from any request in the serializer is valid, the isValid method runs validation on the data and returns true if data is valid, and validation data to the database. That means it will save the validated data to the database. This creates a new instance of flight detail models, okay, with the data from the request. And below that we have written here one response, so it will return a JSON response containing a serialized data that newly created instance, for newly created instance with status dot http underscore 201 underscore created status code indicates that the resource was successfully created. Okay, and if not, then it also has to give us the bad request. That means it did not, bad request means what, it did not created, it will states that it did not created. Okay, write this. So return same response, inside the bracket we are passing serializer object dot, sorry, if error, okay, error, if there is error, then comma status is equal to status dot http bad request. Okay, let's the flight class here, the flight class will handles get request to retrieve a list of all flights as we see. and the post request to create a new flight details. Okay, the get method retrieves all the flight details from the database serializers and take them into JSON. The post method validates the incoming data and saves them into database if it's valid. Okay, let's check for post method. Okay, I think for post also we have to create one. What we have to create, we can use that. Show me. Actually, I'll show you. Sorry. Control C, run server. Okay, we'll get one block section here below our code. So here, let me refresh this. Let's okay. We have get here post section. Okay, let me copy this. So it will get only in JSON format. So for that, I'm copying this. I'm using sorry 3 here. Instead of Indigo, I'm writing India Air. India Air. I know this is not will be. Okay, let me change the date with the 10 and change the fare for 456 from what we say Bengaluru to where it will go. Okay, England. ENG. Okay, England. Sorry, England. Okay, let's post this. Okay, after post, it has showing here our 201 is created. Okay, now let's use this, and by using this we are going to post request from this postman app. Okay, let me change this, and now I'm copying this section, same, control C. First let's check it will have everything recently updated. Okay, it has the recently updated data. Then let's go for the post method. Okay, this is as, so let's check the body section. Okay, let me copy this and to add here we have to go here. Let me go in a JSON format. Okay, let me add here our details that we are going to post. Okay, so inside the postman app we are going to write our data here. Okay, control V. So let me, okay, so we are up to third place. We are changing the spice jet with the new what okay, EMI. Let me change this 12, this with the 78, this for Chennai to what we say that Dubai. Okay, then send. So after send it will show here. Okay, let's check with the post get method. Okay, get send. Okay, let me check here. Okay, first one, second one, third one, and the fourth one is added here. Let's check on our website after refreshing it. Okay, we are getting 1 2 3 4. Okay, it's working perfectly. Let me check it on our database. So it has all the 4. Okay, then the last two methods we have Spain. Okay, for that I'm going to create one more class. Sorry, class. So for that we are going to give class name as what we can do, okay, update. Okay, we are what we are going to do, we are going to update our or delete. So I am using same, that is flight update and also delete. So we are using same. Instead of that I'm passing again API view. Okay, what is the problem here? Okay, this is the problem solved. Okay, inside the class we are going to write dev put. So basically I am writing this for put method. Inside of that we are passing comma request comma pk. What is pk? We are using pk as a primary key for our serializer object. So we are using this for this id as a primary key. So every time we are going to enter a new data, it will get a new id. So from that id we are using our put method. Okay, so pk is a primary key here. So below that we are writing one ORM query, that is flight object. Okay, let me write here. So basically it takes flight object. We are writing here ORM query, so it will take all the data. Okay, let me create one. If flight obj is equal to flight, so it will take model first. Okay, ORM always takes first model, then objects, then dot get. So what it will take, get pk. So pk, what, primary key as a primary key, so it will take a primary key. Okay, then below that we are also going to create one more object, that is serializer object is equal to, so it will convert our request into JSON format. So inside of that we are passing our flight details serializer. Okay, inside of that we are passing our this object, flight object, that is flight obj. Okay, comma data is equal to requested data. That means the data coming from our request. Okay, so data from client mapping between flight object and data is equal to r dot data. Okay, if, so we are writing the same, that if serial object, so a serial object dot is valid, then what, then again it has to, sorry, save it. So ser obj dot save. Okay, I think we have to put here. Okay, now it's perfect. So save. Below that it will return, okay, what it has written, return response save. So let me copy this, save, control V. Okay, let's back. Okay, now it's perfect. Okay, let's check it's in working condition or not in working condition. For that we are going to write our one more URL. So control D, and inside of control D we are passing here one primary, that it has to take a primary key, and below here we have to change this with this name, that is delete. We are going to copy this, we are going to paste it here, and rest is same. Okay, then let's check it on our Postman app, that it will take it or not. So Let me change this with the put. Then here I am writing 3 and send. Okay, it returns me that object that is same as this. Okay, now when we do changes, what will happen? So basically we are using put method for change the data. So from Chennai we are going to change it to, let me edit this. I'm not able to edit. Okay, we copy this, Control C. Okay, let me write it here, Control V, and Chennai, Pune, and Dubai to, what can I say, Africa, and then same. Okay, we are clearly seeing in that here that our data with these three is updated from Chennai to Pune and Dubai to Africa. Okay, let's check it on our database, so it will clearly show that. Okay, previously it will shows that it will has to be Chennai, now it's Dubai. Okay, it's Dubai. I think it's did not updated here. Okay, it's updated here. We have changed a third one, that is Bengaluru to England. So it will change from Pune to Africa. Let me check here. We have changed EMI 78,000. Okay. This is also same. Okay. Basically we did not change. Okay, let's see the get method first here. What it's written, and okay, it's written same. Okay, I think I messed with the something, but we can change here. Okay, let me first add here the 1/1, and let me copy this Control C, send, what was the guest, put, and let me change this with Control V, and let's change with the one with the Indian Air Services. Now the 8 one, it's for 18. Now the 25 one is for 75,000. The Mumbai one, it's for, what we can say that, it's for Kolkata to Ranchi. Let's check that. Let me send it. Okay, let's send it here. Let me change it. Get, change this to this, and let's check it's updated or not. Okay, it's been updated here also, and here also. Okay, Indian Air Services to Ranchi, and price to be 75,000. Okay, now let's head towards the last method, that is delete method. Okay, for that we can okay, basically we can change our data from our Chrome browser here also. We can pass here our API, and we can access that. Okay, here we are passing the same data, and if we put that, it will says that 201 is created, allows, okay, accepted, same. Okay, then let's say here, then again get, then again check. It's changed again it for the Mumbai Go. We can see it here clearly. First, okay, previously it's India Air Services, then it's changed it to again back to the SpiceJet Mumbai Go. Okay, I think we only left with the delete command. Okay, let's go for the delete command. Okay, here inside the views.py file, So I'm again creating one dev delete. So it will delete, and inside of the cell request comma primary key. Okay, so below that we are writing that flight object, again same as above. Copy this flight object, you can use different names also, but I'm using the same name, that is flight obj is equal to flight details models dot objects dot get. So pk is equal to pk. Below that flight obj dot delete. Okay, and then return response. Inside that status is equal to status dot http. For that we are using http underscore 204 http underscore no content. Okay, so after the delete we are going to say that it did not have any content spent. Okay, so let me check. Okay, control save. So previously we have checked this, that it has 1 2 3 and 4. Let me delete the fourth one. Okay, here for this I'm using this. For the fourth one I'm sending this. Okay, now again, okay, let's check everywhere. First here in the database itself, okay, we have spent with the 1 2 3. Fourth one is the deleted. Then here we'll check here. Okay, here only we are having 3 elements. Okay, then last let's check here. Okay, send no, okay, sorry, we have to change it with the get delete first 2 and third. Okay, then what is spend. I think we are spent. Okay, let me refresh this. Okay, here also we are getting 3, and inside of, okay, pandas also. Let me copy this, then rerun again. Okay, after the rerun it will, okay, it has only 3. Okay, I think we have completed our project for create a API. So let me explain you everything. So basically in the URLs files we have created URLs. Let me show you here. Let me drive to the, first we created one project with the McMatry 2 name. Then we created one app with the flight, and we installed a REST framework. We also write here in the installed app sections. Okay, then we create one database name with the McMatry 2 database. Then here we changed SQLite 3 with MySQL. Then we add user, then we add password. We have done here mistake, we have to add it in code. Okay, then let's head towards model section. Inside of here we have created one model with the class, and inside of that we pass 5 input elements, that is fname, fdate, fwhere, fstart and fend. Then we can say that then we create one admin panel. Here inside of that we create one admin with the class flight details admin, admin dot model admin with the list display fname, fdate, fwhere, fstart and end. So below that we write site and registered this. So after that we created one serializers.py file. Here we says that our serializers is going to use all the fields that our models.py file has. Okay, then we goes to our views.py file. Here we have imported multiple files with the REST framework. Then we created here one class as a flight, then second class as a flight update delete. So below the flight we have created one function as name with the get. Side of that we are going to get data from our API. Then below we have created one more function with the name of post. So post will return us, post will help us to post data on the API. Okay, then we created one flight update delete as API as a class. So inside of that class we have created two functions with the put and delete method. So put will help us to update our previously having API key or data, API data. We can update that using put method, and using the delete method we are going to delete that instance. Okay, so API is set. For the get we are going to use API flight details. It will retrieve all the list of flights. For post we are going to use API flight details. It will create new flight. Okay, then get. So get method retrieves. So we are going to use anything. We can pass their ID also. So when we pass ID it will retrieve details of a specific flight. Then we are going to use as a put. So put will also update details of a specific file, and delete will delete a specific files. And that's it. We have successfully created a simple REST API using Django. In this video we have converted what APIs are, REST APIs are important, and how to build a simple REST API using Django. We set up our project, created models, serializers, views and URLs, and tested our API using Postman. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, subscribe, and more content on our web development and programming. Happy coding, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.